What's up, fam? Welcome to B&S Conversations. Guys, first let's start off with Happy New Year's. I hope everybody year is starting off beautiful. Perfect. But guys, last year ended a little turbulent for me, and it's starting off that way also. But one thing I came to terms with, it's only one or two ways that the bad is bad, but there's so many ways that it is good, So, I want to start off by saying there's a choice you can make when you're going through some things. You can look at all the negatives, which probably only going to be one or two, or you could think of all the positive ways that whatever you're going through is not so bad, And my argument is, hey, it's easier to look at the good, because life is going to happen. It's going to happen. So anybody out there that's going through anything, guys, look at people have been going through it forever, and they made it through it. Are they stronger than you? No, they're not. You must believe that whatever you are going through has been gone through many a times, and people have made it through it. So, hey, it is what it is, whether it's business, work, or relationship, health, any of that stuff, you know what I mean? So I argue that if you woke up this morning, guys, you are doing better than a lot of people, because believe me, there's a lot of people that did not wake up this morning. If you're struggling and you're down to your last dime, hey guys, you have that dime, and a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? It's just so many different ways that you can look at life and things that you're going through, and I argue that you definitely should find the positive. One thing I found in life is if you can find men, if you're a man, that actually are genuine and honest and going to look out for your best interests, those are the people that you need to have in your life. So whenever you're going through some things, you can have a conversation with them. And they need to be men if you're a man. All right? Women are women, and they're designed to be women. They're not designed to be men. I know a lot of people probably think that men and women are the same, or they think the same, or they deal with things the same way, and they don't. They definitely do not. I don't care how great a woman you have, and I have a great one. She is not a man. She is a woman. There's things that her as a woman I benefit from, and I need to know that I'm benefiting from them things because she is a woman, not because she's a man and I should be acting like she does. And she shouldn't be acting like I do. I'm going to argue, if a woman wants a man to be like a woman, she should go get a woman. And vice versa. If a man wants his woman to be a man, he should go get a man. No shade. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But know that they're not the same. And a lot of men today are not being raised with other men in their life, fathers or inspirational men that can actually guide them in the right way. So, like me, I had to learn by trial and tribulations. I had to go through it. I had to make my mistakes. I had to fail so I can learn. And it shouldn't be that way, So I'm going to say, guys, if wherever you at, if you can find men, and they got to be good men, they got to be honest men that are really wanting to help, you should surround yourself with them guys and sit around and have the conversations. Stop wanting to be the one that's talking all the time, and sometimes listen. And what they're saying is not for you, then you just don't pay attention to that. It don't need to be no argument. It don't need to be a fight. Hey, This guy's perspective. That perspective may be dead on for you. It might help you go through life and deal with things a lot better. And maybe it don't have no bearing on your life at all. Okay. What did it hurt? Just to know that somebody else got a different way of looking at things don't hurt you at all. You don't have to go by what they're doing, But you have went through some things that this person may have not gone through before. And almost hit me. You went through some things that this person may have never went through, and you can actually prevent them from having to go through it. Even if you give out this advice and people still feel like they need to go through it before they can listen to it, at least they don't have to go through it and figure out what they did wrong. They were already warned and told what they did wrong, so it automatically just clicked. Luckily, I'm somebody that's real observant, and whenever I am doing stuff and it goes wrong, I'm able to reflect on what I did wrong. A lot of people don't want to admit that they did anything wrong, and hey, I can't do nothing about that. But if you can't admit what you did wrong, then how are you gonna make sure you don't make that mistake again? This is the reason why, as a man, you should find a woman that wants to fall under your leadership, right? When I say you are, as a man, the leader, you are the leader because if something goes wrong in that marriage, that relationship, whatever, you are the one that's at fault because you led this relationship. Now, a woman being a woman, you would never hear a woman take blame for anything. It's always going to be what this person did to them. That's why they should not lead. Because if you allow your woman to lead your relationship and it fail, you still going to be responsible. So it's your job to lead. And listen to this very carefully. You do not get in a relationship with somebody that you should not be in a relationship with and try to make them be who you want them to be. Let's go for men and women. They are who they are. Love them for that. And if you cannot, you should not have got into that relationship. Now, guys, you go after women and you go after them for the right or the wrong reasons. You have to accept them for that. Women, if a guy come at you and he wants to be in a relationship and he's not what you want him to be, you should not get in a relationship with him. All right, so we had a question where somebody asked, if y'all know who, you know me, you know I live a certain lifestyle. And a question was asked, how can I get my man to want to live the lifestyle that y'all live? If he's not that man, then that's not going to happen. And if you didn't marry that man, you shouldn't expect for him to be that man. And vice versa, If you didn't marry a woman who was catering, that loves to cook and take care of you, and, willing to fall under your leadership, you should not try to make her into that woman. Okay? So this requires you to know who you are and what you want, and actually go after that particular person. So those were just a couple of things I wanted, to mention in this conversation. What do you think? I want to find, guys here, women here. I mean, women, y'all are more than welcome to have this conversation with me. My wife will be here. Sometimes you can have it with her. We want to have the conversation on how we can better be for each other. for everybody, you know. I definitely want to talk to men who want to be men. I want to learn from you. I want you to learn from me. I do listen and hear some of these conversations online, and only thing I don't really care for is coming at me from a point of being superior to me. You know, I want to have a conversation man to man, on the same level. Maybe I can learn more from you than you can learn from me, but that still don't make you superior. That just make you different. That means you went through some things that I haven't went through yet. That don't make you better. Just make you different. And I noticed, a lot of these guys, as time went on, have, lived a certain kind of life or got certain amount of attention as they accomplish certain things. And I'm from a different perspective because I was that guy that got it young. I got this attention young. And I learned a lot about things from a different perspective, from a younger age and from a different perspective. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the cars. It wasn't about nothing but the fact that maybe I looked the way I looked or I carried myself the way I carried myself. And their perspective is I got successful and I got this and that and now I got, this. All of it is useful. If you one of the guys that gonna have to get successful before you get that attention, then those are the guys that you definitely want to listen to. If you not in that boat, then kind of guys that are like me need to have the conversations because there's still things that we need to learn. Financially, guys. My dad was there. He was a truck driver, and then he became an addict. So even when he was there, he wasn't there. So I wasn't able to get none of those lessons. And plus, he wasn't much of a businessman. So if I want to be something different, like in business, I had to learn. I had to feel it out. I had to fail. Then, you listen to personalities because you don't have nobody around you that can actually teach you the stuff that you're trying to learn because it's different from what they do. Even my way of life. Me and my wife live a real simple, modest way of life, and there was nobody around me like that. Of course, I was flashy at one time, so was she. Everybody trying to appease each other, trying to better each other, try to make people envious of their lifestyle. And that is not what makes you happy. You know what I mean? I find that people who must throw, stuff like that in your face is missing certain things, and they have to justify them being better or happy using these things that they was able to accomplish. I know people of means, and they never talk about money. They never talk about the stuff that they got or the stuff that they do. They do it. You can see it. You know that they're okay. You know they got it, but you will never hear them talk about it. They don't throw none of that stuff around. And, that is a lesson that I've learned, far as people that really are happy in life versus those who want to appear happy in life. They're two different things. And because you don't have money and they do, you only can assume that they're happy because you think that money will make you happy. But you don't know that because you ain't got it. And I don't care who you are. If you're listening to this, that means you're probably in a home, you probably got a cell phone, you got computer, you're online. That means you got it better than a lot of people. So you just having those things actually make people that don't have nothing envious of you. So if you live in an apartment and I got a house, if you taking the bus and I have a car, you envious of me because of I have the bare minimum, while the people with the bare minimum is looking up to the people who got 2 cars in a big house. While the people with a big house and 2 cars are envious of the people who got 2 houses and cars. Being envious of people who can travel all over the place. There's somebody always better than somebody. And my argument that I will give to, you all who are looking at these influencers and trying to live the life they live or live the life they say they living, be the best you can be. Everybody cannot be what they're claiming that they want people to be. That is not for everybody. All of us are different. We need people on every stage. We need people on all platforms to be who they are. Just be the best you can be. You don't need to own no business if a business is not for you. Yeah, it sounds amazing. I'm a business owner, and I'm telling you, there are pluses and minuses to this. There are some things that will drive some people absolutely crazy, and some people will thrive. But don't let people tell you because they're running the business that their life is so much better than yours, because that don't mean it is. There's so much stress and pressure when you have to run your own business versus you going in, clocking in, doing your work, and going home. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Nothing at all. If that's who you are, be you. And stop letting these guys tell you that you need to be, some multi-millionaire, $100,000, own your own business, and get all these chicks kind of dude. You don't need none of that. If that's not who you are, don't be that. But let's have these conversations, guys. Till the next time.